what they say, there's no such thing as bad weather, only the wrong equipment. But as time goes by, your jacket, trousers, gloves or gaiters can lose their effectiveness and no longer protect you from the elements. I'm going to explain how to best maintain your technical clothing so that it protects you from the elements for longer. To begin with, we need to understand the difference between water repellent and waterproof. Water repellent fabrics simply delay the penetration of water, causing rain to bead on their surface. Water repellent fabrics can withstand light rain for a short time, but they won't protect you from a heavy, continuous rain for several hours. To protect yourself from heavy rain, you need to choose a waterproof garment. In manufacturing, a special coating material is applied to the fabric, filling in any small gaps between the stitches. This stops any water getting through. The seams are also made waterproof, taped with our heat-sealed strips. The next level of protection is a technical membrane. The membrane is placed between two layers of fabric and stops rain from getting in, but it also allows perspiration to escape. Finally, a water repellent treatment is added to the outer layer of the garment to make sure it's totally waterproof. Now that we've established the difference between a waterproof and a water repellent, you can understand why it's not possible to make any garment waterproof if it was not designed and constructed in a specific manner. However, it is possible and advisable to maintain the technical capabilities of your garment, and you can reactivate the water repellent treatment on the surface and take care of the internal membrane. Here is the complete guide to caring for your waterproof or water repellent garments. You will need the following: a cloth, a technical and down detergent, water repellent spray or liquid water repellent, plus a washing machine, your choice of tumble dryer, hairdryer or iron. Re-waterproofing your clothes is also a small but meaningful gesture for the planet. By extending the lifespan of your belongings, you delay their renewal. In general, it's not advisable to wash your waterproof garment too often, because each wash is going to reduce its waterproofing properties. If your garment is not very dirty, but it is starting to smell, you can simply leave it to air in a well-ventilated room. If you have a few stains, try using a damp sponge rather than a full wash. We recommend that you only wash your garment if it's really dirty and about once or twice a year. Before washing, remember to empty the pockets, close all the zips and loosen any elastics. When using a washing machine to clean your garment, always follow the instructions on the label. As a general rule, select a delicate or synthetic program at a low temperature, say 30 degrees or cold. Put the appropriate amount of detergent in the liquid detergent dispenser, and it's preferable to use a specific detergent for technical clothes. This is because your conventional detergent contains ingredients such as perfume, enzymes, optical brighteners, or cleaning agents that are just too aggressive for technical clothing. This can alter both the waterproof and breathable properties. This detergent will also remove microparticles of dust and mud, allowing a more effective application of the water repellent treatment. Please note, do not use fabric softener or bleach, and try to clean out the detergent tray of your machine thoroughly to avoid any residues being sent into the machine during the cycle. Finally, if you've chosen to use the water repellent liquid, you can add the recommended dose per garment into the fabric softener container. This is symbolized by a small flower. Place your garment in the drum, being careful not to fold it too much. You can add other garments made of synthetic or technical fibers of similar colors, but don't fill the drum more than 2/3 full. Now start the wash cycle. Step 2, drying. This step is often underestimated in the care of waterproof clothing, but it's arguably the most important. The rise in temperature is what activates the water repellent treatment, thus forming a protective barrier. After impregnating your garment in the machine with water repellent liquid, if you have a tumble dryer, you can put the garment in the machine on a short, gentle drying program until it's dry. You can also reactivate the water repellency with a hairdryer. After letting it air dry, you can use the hairdryer for 5 minutes on a gentle heat, always keeping a distance of at least 30 centimeters. Alternatively, you can use an iron. To do this, air dry the garment first, then iron it on the silk program with a clean cloth between your garment and the iron. The Depending on the condition of your garment, a wash may not be necessary, in which case, if it needs water repellency reactivated, you can re-waterproof it with a water repellent spray. You can choose between the aerosol spray and the new spray without propellant. The spray with gas will allow you to distribute the product evenly without any trouble. Use it in a well-ventilated area and let it dry for a few minutes before use. But the gasless spray is also very easy to use. Make sure your clothing is clean, then spray the product from a distance of about 15 centimeters. Then, using a cloth, you can spread the product evenly. Finally, let your garment dry for 8 hours before use. This spray without butane contains 250 milliliters of products, so it's more economical and environmentally friendly. Finally, at the end of the season or between 2 outings, be sure to store your garment unfolded, and preferably on a hanger. And there you are again, ready to brave the elements. So a final summary to maintain your rainwear properly. Wash your garments as little as possible. Don't fold your garment too much so as to preserve the membrane. Follow instructions for washing and reactivating the water repellency. And a little tip to avoid having to wash your garment too often. Don't wear it directly next to your skin. Instead, try a light merino layer, which will provide warmth and breathability while limiting odors from perspiration. Don't forget that taking good care of your equipment will allow it to perform better and for longer, and therefore to be renewed less often.